Okay, story 3 is making the cut, not just the NFL draft picks, but the trees nearby as well. All right, so it was a blockbuster weekend for Fernando Mendoza, who was the first pick for the NFL draft, and it was a hugely successful event for the franchise with over 800,000 fans packing in to watch the first pick come off the board at this 3-day event. The environmental controversy surrounding it, however, highlights a growing tension in modern sport. The clash between this spectacle of an event and everything that goes with it, and urban sustainability as well. The scale of this event was supported by a purpose-built draft theatre and a sprawling fan campus. So there was a lot of infrastructure shifts for this 3-day event. But beneath all of that, the quieter story has sparked a local environmental debate. So to make room for the draft's main stage and the infrastructure, dozens of trees were removed around the stadium. So depending on the estimate and where you read, that's somewhere between 57 and nearly 100 trees that were cut down as part of the site preparation. City officials described it as necessary. The event space required for these crowds that they were expecting in record numbers, along with strict safety and operational requirements. These trees are part of Pittsburgh's urban canopy, some nearly 2 decades old, and of course, they are quietly performing really important environmental functions every day. They're absorbing carbon, they're cooling the surrounding area, they're helping manage stormwater in a dense urban environment, and they're home to local biodiversity. And this is where the tension lies. So the NFL and local organisers have emphasised, in terms of a sustainability legacy, that there are plans to plant more than 200 replacement trees and even hundreds more across the region. But we know that environmental trade-off isn't immediate. So new trees can take years or even decades to match the carbon storage and ecological value of mature trees. And also local people are left with a long-standing environmental asset being removed for a one-off 3-day event. Supporters argue it's part of a broader urban strategy. The city says it will replant the trees, quote, inch for inch, which basically means the total canopy could eventually increase, more diverse species and better placement across neighbourhoods is what they cite. But critics point to the optics and the precedent that this sets. Because these trees weren't felled for a permanent infrastructure, it was temporary. That stage has since been dismantled, the fan zone has disappeared, and the footprint, at least in the short term, leaves behind a gap in the city's green cover at a time, again, that we are seeing the city temperatures rising and more of the heat island effect, where we need ever more green coverage and trees in our cities to ensure that we aren't having that heat island effect for local residents. So even as a massive sports fan, it highlights a growing uncomfortable truth in terms of short-term spectacle leaving behind negative local impact for communities. The ever-growing scale of events continues to demand large, resource-intensive transformations of urban space, often with visible environmental costs. And in a moment where we are seeing public awareness of climate issues increasing, these trade-offs are becoming harder to ignore. Also, we note that the draft in 2027 is due to take place on the National Mall in front of the US Capitol building. And we really hope that those iconic American elms and all the trees that line the mall are not going to meet the same fate.